Hey, good morning. Happy hump day, hump day, hump day. Wednesday morning. It is going to be a fantastic day today. Brother Raymond's coming in town from beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. He's going to spend some time with me. We're going to make some memories. And I got a big fishing trip coming on, so it should be a great time. Let's put some coffee down before I continue, huh? Ah, yeah, he'll be in town for oh, shoot, 10, 12 days anyway. And I'm taking him down to King Nummy and beautiful Cape May. We're going to do the touristy thing. But I got this fishing trip coming up with this outfit. I believe Back Bay it's called or something. You'll have to research it. It's in the Wildwood area, all right? But we're going Back Bay fishing. And right now there's 5 of us going, but I got room on this boat for 10 people. So I put word out there on my post yesterday. If any of you might be interested, just pull up my previous post from yesterday, being Tuesday. You'll have all the information there. We're doing that on July the 8th, I believe it is, Sunday, from 1 to 4 o'clock. It's approximately, it's $40 a piece. That includes your rod and bait. All right, all you got to do is bring your beverage of your choice, whatever that might be, and lunch or snack. And dress accordingly and make sure you have some sun lotion, so you don't get all burned up. But that should be a real good time, all right? I'm hoping to hit on some flounder. Yeah, so that's what we're doing there. But got to tell you a story here about, as you all know, that I'm researching the fact of retiring. And I did mention that my career with the Department of the Military and Veterans Affairs has been fantastic. I loved my job. I really did. I still love my job. Made a lot of good friends, a lot of great memories. But a friend of mine that recently started working there, not well, 6 months ago, give or take. And he'd come to work there. And of course, I was riding his butt. I said, "So you want to be a printer, do you?" And he goes, "No, I wasn't geared to come in here to be a printer." I said, "Well, let me tell you a story. Now, printing is getting to be a lost trade. Okay, it's not like it used to be. I was brought up in printing years and years ago. One of the first places that I worked was Deluxe Check Printers out of Paoli. Then I worked for a little place called the Ink Spot. That was a nice little job there. And then I ended up over there at Mill Print in Downingtown. And then I owned my own printing company in Fraser. It was called Graphic Printers. Then we moved into Downingtown, a partner of mine, Tom McQuilkin, and we changed the name to Downingtown Copy and Print. And then after we dissolved that part of the company, I did have another partner for two other partners for a while there. All right, and after we dissolved that part of it, I regrouped and renamed it Brandywine Printing Company, and I had that. I moved the shop, I want to say 3 blocks, all right, into a little strip mall in the Downingtown area. And then from there, when I built my house up in Lake Winona, up in, is it called Auburn? Yeah, I think it's Auburn, Pennsylvania. I moved my printing company up into Orwicksburg and still continue to call it Brandywine Printing. But anyway, I'm getting a little off track here, but what I'm saying is the way I got into printing, my father was in printing for probably most of his life after he got out of the service. Well, actually, yeah, after he got out of the service, he went into printing. His father was in printing also. And the company was called mill print, and it's still called mill print, but out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And my father went up through the ranks. He started out as a pressman and lead pressman, so on and so forth, and foreman, and then he was transferred to Downingtown, Pennsylvania, and he had the opportunity to help open the new mill print plant in Downingtown, and his career, continued from there until he retired. But when I was in high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Right? He says, "Ralph, what are you going to do?" And I knew I was going to go get some college background. I only got a couple years behind my belt, but I said, "I'm not sure what I want to do just yet, Dad." He says, "Let me give you a suggestion." And it was just a suggestion. He says, "Why don't you consider going into printing?" I said, "Why do I want to go into printing, Dad?" He says, "Think about it. Printing will always be around. Now, granted, it's a little bit different today, but printing will always be around." And this story stuck in my head, and I told my friend that is now down there at the DMVA. I told him the same thing. Not that he's going to be a printer by no means, but my dad says, "Think about it. Go into your grocery market. Go into your grocery store. Try to buy a can of peas. If it doesn't at least have the word peas on it, you won't know what you're getting." All right? And it always stuck in my head. Okay? Printing. There it is. It's got to at least say peas. Or if it doesn't say peas, it's got to have a code on it someplace so you know what you're buying. And even that code is printed. So, now granted, it's a dying art, this printing trade, like a lot of other old school trades. But it did me well for a lot of years, Yeah, I left printing for a while because I was a cocky young man, and I wanted to show my dad that, I can find something else to do. Really, what the heck's with this printing crap, I'll show him. Well, I ended up coming back into the printing trade, all right? I got this job with the Department of the Military and Veterans Affairs, and my dad was on his deathbed, okay, in Georgia, and I got the job offer, and I ended up calling up and talking to my sister. My sister was with my father at the time, and my dad at that point, he was already on a morphine drip. She said, sitting next to his bed, "Dad, Ralph called. He wants you to know that he got the job in the printing and reproduction department at the Military and Veterans Affairs." And it took all that my dad could do. He lifted himself up just a little bit. Now you got to remember, he's going in and out because of this morphine drip. It took everything in his body to lift himself up a little bit. And he raised over to my sister and gave her a big hug and a big kiss. And I'll never forget that. My sister said to me, "You got the last kiss and hug from your dad. He knows that you went back into printing." That's my story for today. Remember, love your family and your kids, because you're not guaranteed tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys later on. God bless and take care. Keep on smiling. Let's put this down a little bit. Cheers. Nastrovia. I love you guys. Honest to God, I do. Take care. Smile.